Hello everyone, welcome back to Skyllian Rogues, Tales from Home, Paragon Lost. We are down 2 people this time. I know, insane, but the story must go on. So, without further ado, I didn't cue the audio. Let us start with... Hello everyone, welcome to Lost in the Moment. Why don't everybody go ahead, roll me a D100, and we'll see who goes first. So it'll just be the 4 of you this time. D100, yeah?
Yep.
I will flip a coin. And I rolled a 1, so lower will go first, which means it's Bree, followed by Jack, followed by Astrid, and finally Vi. Right, Bree, how you doing, Bree?
Bree is fine. I know it's not.
Understandable. Well, I guess we'll see what makes Bree not fine, because the question for today is Bree.
Fine.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what will make Bree not fine, because the question is, what is the thing that you fear most?
I have a lot of things that I fear, I guess.
Yeah, but which one is the most?
I think dying is probably not great.
I mean, that's a fair fear.
More so dying when it's not my time.
How do you define it's your time, though?
I don't know. To be honest, I've heard a lot of stories from my grandma about adventurers dying on the job all the time. And I guess I don't. That's part of the reason why I'm scared of adventuring, dying all of a sudden.
Yeah, and yet you're here.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's something like dying before I've done what I came to do. I want to die in a bed. I don't want to die on.
Adventuring is the wrong profession.
Well, I kind of got, I don't know, pushed into it, to be honest.
Fair. So is your goal to retire then?
Yeah.
All right.
I hope this is a one and done.
One and done adventure.
Maybe, if I'm lucky.
All right. Thank you very much, Bree. Next in order is Jack. What about you, Jack? What is the thing that you fear the most?
Someone probing my mind, seeing what's inside there.
Someone probing your mind? Sorry, go on.
Being tortured. Most probably just, probing my mind.
Why? Do you have something to hide?
Not that. It's not a pleasant feeling. I was traumatized when I was a kid. So, well, I rather not people know what happened, or keep the bad memories away.
Okay, all right. You don't want people to know that negative memory that you have back then.
I don't want to be reminded of it.
Okay. So it's not necessarily you fear someone probing your mind, more like someone or something reminding you of your past.
Well, that usually happens when someone probes your mind, right?
All right. Thank you very much, Jack. Next in order is Astrid. What about you, Astrid? What is the thing that you fear the most?
Wouldn't you like to know?
What?
This is a suspicious question, if you ask me.
Hey, it's just a question that you ask each other at a campfire, as you get to know each other.
I would have to say drowning.
Drowning. That's a very specific fear. Did that came from somewhere?
I'm not exactly the best swimmer,
Oh.
and because being on the road a lot as a youth, we never crossed as many, bodies of water, and my parents didn't really like to go near water. My father especially was scared of water.
Oh, okay.
So so I never learned how to swim.
Well, luckily the adventure does not take place underwater, right?
No, but we happen to be standing next to a river.
True. All right. Thank you very much, Astrid. And finally, Vi. What about you, Vi? What is your greatest fear?
I think my greatest fear would be becoming not myself or losing myself the way we saw Roland hollowed out.
Is it the idea that you lose your sense of self that scares you, or the fact that you might be still present there but you can't do anything?
Oh, I think that second one might be even worse. Both of those.
Both of those. All right. You feel that your sense of self is very important to you?
Well, yes, very much so.
Mm,
I mean, if I'm not myself, then who am I and what am I doing?
that's fair. That's fair. But when maybe you can find a new sense of self by dedicating yourself to a cause or something. Is that something you're not interested in?
But that would be something chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the undead we've been finding in Paragon don't seem to have had a choice in the matter, and they don't seem to have found anything new to replace it.
That's fair. That's fair.
There's a deep losing their core, being hollowed out that we're seeing that I'm afraid of. That
Happening
goes
to
far
yourself.
beyond. It goes far beyond wanting a career change or being unsatisfied with one's life and trying to change things because you choose that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So this one is just complete loss, and especially without choice as well. So there's not much you can do once you lost it, essentially. All right.
Exactly. Although I do hope we can do something for Roland. I would like to be able to do that.
We will see. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for answering my questions. We're going to stop here for now. I forgot to play the music. We're going to stop here for now, get back to reality, and then deal with, your current situation, aka being haunted by what?
By what?
By what?
No, I mean, isn't there an NPC usually we get to call?
No, not in this campaign. I know. What are you talking about?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go back. Immediately coughs. Right. Let me just bring the music back just now. All right. Okay. So, everybody ready? Shall we continue? So, ignore the screaming noises in the background. Last session, you guys found out a little bit more about the creatures that is roaming Cogswood from Henry and Mia. Knowing how dangerous they are, you guys decided to avoid Cogswood. Instead, you guys decide to check out the house that was filled with skulls and daggers at the center of Serenia. When Fontaine and Delilah was sneaking ahead, Delilah was startled by a spirit and caused her to accidentally knock down a pyramid of skulls nearby. This causes her to have flashes of terror as ghosts from the temple now seek to haunt Delilah. Astrid, you also attempt to exorcise Delilah by going inside the house, and when you exit, you carry a religious tome and also an armful of daggers. Now you see those shades are surrounding you, while one of them and also the taller woman shade is surrounding Delilah. So, right now, you are at the center of Serenia, next to the houses over there. Astrid, you brought the bunch of daggers next to the river in hopes to wash them away, wash the blood on the daggers away, if I recall correctly. In the meantime, you can see Delilah is still coping with that intense fear that she is holding, despite not really seeing anything around them right now. So, at this point, what do you guys do?
I would like to be assisting Astrid with whatever she's going to do with the knives.
I'm gonna clean them as the best I can.
Alright.
I know my way around cleaning knives.
For sure. You get over to the riverbank, pull out one of the daggers that you've been carrying. Then you start dipping it into the water. Just by dipping it, you don't really see it affecting the blood on the dagger that much. In fact, it still looks liquidy, the blood. However, the water is not even washing them away. So you decide to put your hand in there and start to kind of like scratch out as much as you can from the blood using the claws that you have and all that. Try to take off as much as you can. Go ahead, roll me sleight of hand. Yeah, sleight of hand. Let's go with that.
Wouldn't a cloth be better than my bare hands?
Sure, cloth
I
works
could
too.
cut myself on that.
Sure. You pull out a cloth and we'll start wiping it down as vigorously as you can. That's a 7. You try, but try as you might, you're not doing a bang job in the first place. It's a little bit difficult trying to do anything with these whispers in your ears, just distracting you the whole time. And when you attempt to wipe it, you're not even making a dent in the blood that is soaking the dagger you're holding right now. And it really is strange because this method, the way you would do it, you'd at least get some of these out. But no, they are stuck there.
I wonder, just a little bit, just a wee bit, like an ounce or two, if holy water would do anything to him.
Do you have holy water?
I know, but Bray does.
Bree, you wanna try?
I don't. I give it to Aurora. The holy
Dang it.
water.
Then Aurora gives it back to you, then your choice.
You mean you want me to sprinkle it all over Astrid?
No, just give me a little sprinkling on these daggers. I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, sure. I'll sprinkle it a little bit.
Alright. You sprinkle a little bit more onto that dagger, and you can see upon the droplets of water hit the surface of the dagger, you can hear you can hear a wail coming from coming from behind you, Astrid, as the water droplet sizzles on top of the knife. And when the water washes away, you can see it leaves this empty dots where the blood seems to have been cleansed. At this point, you see, you begin to feel this sense of dread start to amplify as it gets stronger and stronger. What do you do?
Ooh. No, that did it, but it pissed him off.
Isn't that good?
From
Are
your
you okay?
perspective.
Is she affected or anything?
Delilah or Astrid?
The Astrid. Because
Astrid,
Astrid's the one that holds it in.
yeah, Astrid doesn't seem to be doing any different by the looks of it. But you sprinkling the holy water on the dagger seem to definitely has had some effect. What do you guys do? It's not fully cleansed yet. You just managed to get a couple of droplets on it.
How much holy water do you have?
One bottle.
Just the one.
Like how many
Just the
ounces?
one. One flask. Which is I have no idea how many ounces.
2?
How many
does not
ounces are
say.
in a flask?
It's worth 25 gold worth of powdered silver.
That's
I don't know.
1 pint.
It really does not say. 1 pint is about 500 milliliters.
Don't ask me, I don't drink beer.
2 cups.
How much is 2 cups?
Yeah.
1
500
pint is
milliliters.
470. Yeah, 500, about 500 milliliters.
473.
And that how much of the dagger did just a drop of a couple drops clean it?
A couple of drops only cleared small bits of the dagger. You're going to have to pour the water out and scrub it to properly cleanse the dagger.
Can I pour some on a rag and clean it?
You can certainly try.
Alright. I'm gonna place one of the blades on top of the rag in my hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna let Astrid pour some of the holy water on it. That
Mm-hmm.
way it doesn't go everywhere. It can soak into the rag and get to the bottom half of the blade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's do that.
And then you try to scrub it with the holy water that you've soaked your cloth with, and it definitely makes it much easier as you scrub and scrub and scrub. You can see more and more of the blood are smeared away, and you feel that sense of dread gets even stronger, and you even feel this one piercing glare coming from the back of your head, and you see the dagger starting to smear quite a bit, but at some point the water it's no longer helping. You try to wipe a little bit more, you can't do it anymore as the rag starts to get a bit more dry at this point and soaked with blood.
I don't think we have enough holy water for all these goddamn daggers.
Just for curiosity,
Uh-huh.
I would like to try prestidigitation to try to clean one of the daggers.
All right, good choice, a good attempt. As you focus on the spell, try to precipitate the dagger that Astrid's been working on, or the brand new quote-unquote daggers.
I'll try to continue with the one Astrid's been making some progress with.
All right. As you cast precipitation on the dagger, and you can see some parts does wash away. The parts that are that were wiped and kind of causing a little bit of a smear, and some blood liquid mixture still pulling on the surface. When you cast prestidigitation, those parts disappear, but the ones that are still remaining on the dagger does not fade away. You get the feeling that it's definitely some kind of magic holding this blood onto the dagger.
Yeah. I'll just squat down by Astrid. So either we need a lot more holy water, or we need some kind of ritual. Bree, Aurora, are either of you good at cleaning up curses?
I never really tried. If you let me sleep for 8 hours, I can remove curses.
That's fair, that's fair.
We'll not press. We're not pressed for time, right?
Um,
Oh
what
no, 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 no. I mean,
do I know
we're
about
not. But looking at
yeah?
what is his name?
Delilah?
Delilah. Yeah, looking at Delilah.
What do I know
You
about
know,
haunting?
fearing for her life.
Yeah, she looks
Oh,
paranoid for sure.
I think as
Go
long as
ahead,
you
roll religion check, Astrid.
okay, Astrid
Yeah, sorry,
or
not Astrid.
Bree?
Bree, sorry.
Oh,
Astrid, religion check right now. -2. All right, 18.
Nice, nice.
Okay. In regards to haunting usually comes from, spirits of the dead, unable to move on, basically. They usually take the form of these creatures called ghost spirits, poltergeists, and they remain in a particular location that is memorable to them, or a particular or bound to an object or to a person. And when it's bound to one place and all that, that's when we call it a haunting. This doesn't quite match what you're experiencing right now. These guys, their actions are kind of similar, they disturb you and everything, but these guys moved from, they were in that building, and then they moved to what do you call, they moved to Delilah, and then they moved to Astrid. You try to figure out, it's almost as if these shades, these ghosts, they're moving in concert, like someone is commanding them, managing them. You figure that it is most probably that larger shade that you saw that is currently embracing Delilah. You don't see it from here, but if you go inside the building, you would be able to see the giant creature embracing Delilah.
what does that mean?
You
I
tell
will
us
say
all
what I
this?
know.
Oh.
Yeah, I will say what I know to the king.
I'm sorry?
It doesn't exactly fit haunting, so I'm not sure what this is.
Maybe this is one of those
I'll tell them
weird
what I
creatures.
know.
Maybe he's one of those weird creatures. Remember, the zombies, the skeletons, the cult. Maybe we just have to find ways to kill the large spirit.
That was
Probably
what I was
go
going
for
to
it.
suggest. Like, if we all step into the house so we can see it, can we all target the spirit that's embracing Delilah?
Can try. You want to try that? Go inside the house and start firing spells at the spirits surrounding Delilah?
You should, right? So,
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
but if it's
there is nothing else to be found inside the house, right? There are those two, what do you call that, dead bodies.
Yeah, there's the pair of dead bodies at the end of the hall. There is the book that you guys just picked up. There's an inkwell and quill if you're interested. And then that's it. There's a bunch of skulls scattered all over the main hall.
can we separate out which dagger was held by the corpse at the back?
Astrid, did you take particular note? when you took the dagger from the back room, or did you just mix them up?
You are
know.
severely overestimating me. I have no idea.
The
I just
then
picked shit up.
yeah, then it would have been mixed up in a pile with the rest. Go ahead. Let's roll retroactive perception to see if you were able to notice when Astrid came out with that dagger. Right.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perception. Acha.
All
Perfect. Okay.
right. With a 10, I would say you did not notice the dagger that she took out. You are more focused on the fact that she's carrying a bunch of daggers out of the house right now. So it's somewhere in the pile for sure. You're not sure which.
Completely fair. Well, we can just try to continue on and see if Delilah can hold up, or we can try to confront this spirit directly. Does anyone have arguments for or against either course of action?
I got nothing.
I am inclined to try confrontation. Bree, Jock?
I guess we can always
Um,
try.
What do I know about spirits, ghosts, in terms of the world, right?
In terms of the what?
By in terms of creatures, right? As creatures, about spirits and ghosts. What do I know about them?
Go ahead, roll nature check for me. You know they are undead. Yeah. You know they're scary.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
you know they can move through walls sometimes.
Okay, but undead can be killed, right? So I agree. I have to agree with you, Vi. They're undead, and can kill them, make them undead.
Truly dead. All right, so here is my proposal. We take all the knives inside and we sort through them and see if there's any reaction from the spirit embracing Delilah. And assuming it lets us continue this, if there is, we will try the knife first, and then spells. If there is no reaction to any of the knives, then we try spells. And Bree, maybe if you can do something to make undead want to run away from you? I've heard clerics can sometimes do that.
I can. Okay. Yeah, I have charges.
All right.
So
If you do that, then if you guys attack them, they will run away. I mean, they won't run away.
okay. Well, we'll see if the spirit holding Delilah starts to run away. We can let it run away. But I'm curious to see if it does react to any of the knives. If the spirit embracing Delilah used to be the skeleton holding the knife, it's a stretch.
Well, on the other hand, if this is the same type of spirit that we encountered in what was the name again? The bridge, the broken bridge, at the broken bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have to destroy their bodies, and even that, it doesn't kill them, right?
I mean, not right away, it seemed like, but it seemed like it destroyed their ability to come back.
Yeah, it destroyed the ability to harm us, but looking at Delilah here, this is more of a mental affliction, not a physical one.
Very true. I think we just need to try a bunch of things or go away and hope we can find more information. We can definitely try burning, or I don't have burning. You can do burning, Jock. Burning the bodies that are in there and see if that gets any reaction.
I think we should start with that. Less resources that we're gonna use,
All right.
right? And then
So
if they come after us, then maybe we can just chase them away with whatever Bree can do.
Okay, so that's the first two things we try then.
all right. So Jack, you make your way to the back room. Now that you're in the back room, you can see that there are a couple of broken crates on either end of the room. It's at the very far back of the room. That's where you see a pair of skeletons. Not really skeletons, more like shrunken up bodies. Seems that they've died quite a long time ago. One of them is leaning against the wall, wearing some kind of leather armor, while the other one's wearing a robe, lying down on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, before you burn them, Jock, I would like to riffle through and see if there's anything left on their persons that might identify them. And I would like to go through the armor, the clothes, see if there are any personal effects that give any clues as to who these people were.
All right, go ahead. Roll me a investigation check. Investigation check.
Oh ho ho! I'm supposedly good at this.
Hey, there's fate points.
I would say use it because we've all been rolling bad lately.
Yeah.
Okay, if the group is alright, I will.
Bad rules after bad rules.
Go
Okay, I
ahead.
would like to invoke a fate point and roll one more time.
Go for it. Much better.
Much better.
There
Okay.
you go.
Looking at the body, you try to find something, anything that would identify these people. But instead of that, your eye immediately focused on the robe that the one in the leather armor is wearing. It is this really funny looking cloak with patchworks all over it. You can see there's like a patch of like a ladder, patch of rope, patch of gold coin just stuck all over the body of this person. Other than that, you would also be able to find a kind of like a book, basically, which is surprising that it is lasting here. The book has it seems to be one of those like what do you call it? A field guide of sorts. It does not really have any page title on the outside, but it has the symbol of it has this red leather cover with a symbol of a droplet with a blade across it, inside it. Looking at the other one, the one that is wearing a robe, you can see that there is a medallion with a emblazoned with a symbol of a shield, with a large M at the center of it. So those two are the identifying things that you're able to find on them. In addition to the man's broken studded leather armor, he also has a rapier in his belt and also a short sword in the other. The one in the robe, that one has a wand on the person.
And the medallion has an M on it?
Yeah, a shield with an M on it.
Thank you. Making notes here.
All good.
I will take all of these things,
Right.
and I will say to the two shriveled corpses as I am going through their things and setting aside all the interesting looking things.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Not sure if you're our problems or you just got caught up in this. I think I can make good use of these things. If it turns out there's a way to bring you back and give you a second chance, I will gladly return them. And I will kind of lay out the two bodies, the way you would lay out a dead person. So arms folded, all straightened out, eyes closed.
Yeah. You place them on the ground, you collect all these items. During the whole time you're doing this, you can see that these shades, they are surrounding, not you, surrounding Astrid, but with your behavior, you can see all of them are keeping their eyes on you as you prepare the rites for this body. Lay them on the ground properly, arms crossed, eyes closed. And what do you guys do?
Does the one that's embracing Delilah react at all as I'm going through the bodies, laying them out?
Doesn't seem to be reacting other than, staring at you.
Okay. I'll come back with my arm full of things. If nothing else, I think these things will be useful. The baleful one holding Delilah doesn't seem to be reacting. So I think our next step, we said, is Bree try to make it run away from Delilah.
Okay. Now?
Well, we're here, we can see it. Let's distribute ourselves advantageously in case they all attack. And I will kind of gesture.
How far are we from the undead?
If you guys are in the back room, you are completely surrounded by those spooky creatures, by the shades.
Oh. Then, okay. I'll do it now then.
Alright.
There you go. I can only do this once, by the way. I should have mentioned that first. So, Bree will hold her shield close to her chest, tap on the symbol that she has carved on it, and start praying for Sheba to protect her and her friends.
Oh.
Oh, stop moving. Oh my
No.
god.
Oh no.
What the
No, that's
hell?
a D20. It's just that much.
As you present the symbol, you can see a large number of these creatures immediately begin to scamper away from Astrid as they scatter essentially to all areas, all dimensions. But large majority of them doesn't seem to be affected by this action. The large one especially doesn't seem... Well, no, it reacted. It stopped what it was doing, and it turns its elven head to look at you. It remains in that position for a long while. And then it turns back to look at Delilah.
I don't know if that works.
No, that means you're next.
No.
All right, well, we're working through the list. Everyone kind of get behind Astrid in case things go bad. Where's the pile of knives? And I will start going through the pile of knives, holding up one at a time, and see if the large spirit holding Delilah reacts particularly to any of them.
As you pull out and try to sort the knives, place it on the floor, you can see a couple of the shades that remain is just staring at you. And about halfway through you sorting this thing, the spirits that ran away just now start to slowly return to their original position. They're all continue to stare at you as you sort the whole thing, trying to see if any of them react. You would notice that none of the spirits seem to react to the daggers. No. Go ahead, roll me insight check, please. Actually, that'd be better.
You got it.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to determine expression from just a bunch of shadows. So you're not really sure if they're reacting or anything. But the big one, she turned her head when she notices you begin to sort this daggers, just keeping an eye on you throughout the whole process. And once you've completely arranged all the daggers, she turns back to Delilah and continues staring.
What's going on here?
All right. Well, we've tried the things we were thinking of. Do we want to try to fight, or do we just leave and do the best we can for Delilah?
We haven't tried burning the corpses, right?
No, you have not.
Well, maybe it's time to do that then.
I will gesture toward them. They are laid out.
I look at Bree. You want to say any prayers?
Sure.
And
Wait,
maybe
no,
if we hold a proper funeral.
Oh, I don't know the customs here.
Yeah, you can do it your way, I guess.
Should we take them out of the house?
I'm sorry?
So that the house doesn't... Should we take the corpses out of the house before we burn them, Jock? So the house doesn't burn down around us?
Sounds like a good idea. I was thinking of just burning and running away, but not burning the house might be.
I don't think burning down an entire house is a proper funeral. Maybe these people deserve the peace.
Oh, alright.
So, which...
Look at Astrid. Can you leave?
Astrid, you're the strongest. Can you help carry the corpses outside?
As you see, Jack is struggling to, pick up this skeleton.
Astrid, you go over and pick up the bodies, yeah?
Yeah, I can do that.
You pick up the
I need
body.
someone to hold all these knives.
You place the knives on the ground as Vice sorted them out, and you go over and try to pick up the bodies. They're not heavy to you. Yeah, the challenge is more on to make sure that the hands and the legs and the body stay attached as you carry them outside of the building. And the whole time, the spirits that are surrounding you, they're not. How do I say? They seem to be more active as you begin to carry these bodies out. They don't seem to be. You're not sure if they're angry or happy or something, but they're definitely more agitated as you bring them out and lay these guys on the floor. The spirits now watch at you, anticipatingly see what you are going to do. So does the big spirit as well.
Alright, they are all freshly lined up. What is the... let's see. Praise and sprinkles a bit of holy water before we burn them. Pray for Shepa to protect these souls as they lead this realm.
If there are any flowers around, I will pick a few and put some on the chest of each corpse, and then let Bree pray over them.
Alright. How does your prayer sound like, Bree? Oh, she has to AFK for a bit. If we're doing the funeral, Bree begins to pray for the two and sprinkle just a little bit of the holy water before you guys get ready. Gonna prepare all the kindling and everything, getting ready to burn them. She kneels down for a moment, begins to pray to Shepard to protect the spirit as they leave this realm. She turns to Jack and gives Jack a nod.
I'm gonna start a fire. Oh, and then expand the fire using.
Alright. So Jack shoots the bolt of fire onto the base of these kindling that you've gathered, and fire starts to slowly grow. And then Jack continues to manipulate the fire surrounding the body as it gets larger and larger, continuously to burn down the wood, and then finally the bodies and bones of the corpse in the center. You can see these spirits are all around you are agitated. They are moving around restlessly, looking at the procession that you have right now. The larger spirit, on the other hand, seems to acknowledge the completion of the ritual and then turns back to Delilah.
What the hell? Come on.
Well,
The
we're waiting
fires.
for-
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The fire starts to grow more and more and more, and with the direction of where the wind blows, it might have caught the building on fire, but Jack has control flame, so is able to make sure that the fire doesn't burn down any nearby trees or any grass that is not intended to burn.
Alright. Seeing as, the spirit is, not reacting to whatever we're doing, we're gonna go into the house and then yell at them. What else do you want us to do? Just go, leave! Your business is done here.
Alright. I don't think I'm gonna like doing this decision, but nothing has worked so far, right?
Yeah.
What if I injure myself on one of the blades?
Oh no.
Do I get cool ghost powers? Do I get turned into a mummy? Who knows?
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, just gonna take a glove off and do a little scratch on my finger.
You perform that scratch on your finger. Blood start to trickle down your finger and onto the blade as well. Jack and Ignis and also Aurora would be sorry, not Ignis, Bree, Aurora, and Jack. The three of you begin to notice one of the spirits that is surrounding Astrid begin to soar up to the sky for a moment and then fly back into the house. Doesn't seem to fade away. Instead, it is waiting within the house.
Does that mean we have to injure ourselves with all of the dagger? How many daggers are there?
43.
And we have 6 people with us, right?
Yes.
3 divided by 6. Come on, quick math.
Do what?
That's it. This is 7 daggers per person.
Well, if anything, I can tank more since some of y'all are a little, skinny.
How do you guys want to do this? Split it up, give it just Astrid. How? Wait, hello? Okay,
Hello?
there you go. Okay. I thought you guys said yeah.
Grab one dagger and try to, nick myself with it.
You nick yourself with it, and another of those spirits fly off back into the building and waiting for you expectantly. Actually,
Oh shit, we're gonna
no,
go.
my bad,
We're
my
gonna
bad,
go in there and fight them, aren't we?
my bad. And you prick your finger, Jack.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to do anything. No other
my
spirit
God.
begin to fly back out, something like that.
Okay.
Oh.
Or if it's only me.
Well, look at Astrid. You want to try another dagger?
We have healing, which will hopefully work.
Here, I got a whole arm for you to work with. Just at least try to make the scars look cool.
That's
As you wish.
Yeah,
I will
just a
try to
little.
start, working through the pile of daggers. Each one I use, I set to the side so we can keep track.
You slowly, painfully, prick Astrid one by one, trying to get as much of that blood on as much daggers as possible. When you get to the fifth one, you can see the large spirit begins to turn its head towards you, Astrid. The creature kind of like the creature seems to rise up to its full height, and it stares at you for a moment before it glides into the building as well, standing behind all the other spirits that are returning to their places within the building, and then they wait. One by one, you do this.
Oh, wait a minute. No, they're sorry. No.
You need to go into the building, Astrid.
Does Astrid need any healing before we go?
Yeah, how much damage did that do to me?
Yeah. Let's go with divide by 3 because it's just a small prick. I'm assuming you're doing as minimal as possible, right?
Yeah, just a little scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
And as Astrid requested, trying to make a cool crisscross design.
All right,
Yeah,
let's take
little
14
scars.
points
They
of
look cool.
damage.
Okay.
You carry a bunch of these daggers on you, Astrid, and what do you do?
Well, I don't know if they are gonna need them in the house, so I think we should find a container to hold them in until further notice.
We could bury them here and come back if we think of something to do.
I don't think that's a good idea, considering we could accidentally trip and stab ourselves with them.
That doesn't make sense to me. If we bury them here, we won't be carrying them with us.
No, I mean if they're buried, I don't know how deep you want to bury them, but we could accidentally trip on them with our feet and fall on them.
No, when I say bury, I mean point down at least a foot under the earth.
I ain't doing all that work. I'm not digging that many holes.
No, we dig one hole and we put a bunch in. Mass
Yeah.
grade. Unless you prefer to carry them with us.
I prefer to have them visible so we can see them. So just laying them out one by one, somewhere where we won't trip and fall on them.
Yeah, I don't think I'm conveying well what this is. You don't lay them out so they can be tripped over. You dig a nice deep hole, you ram the dagger in hilt deep so it's not going anywhere, and then you fill it in and you tamp down the ground so you can walk over it normally. However, that does make the risk that someone else can come by and dig them up.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, do you think the risk of leaving them behind is greater than the risk of carrying them with us?
I don't know the chances of somebody else finding these.
I would estimate somewhat small, considering what Henry and Nia have told us about the incidence of undead versus actual living people here.
All right,
But-
but I'm not digging that big of a hole. There's a lot of daggers.
Okay. So we are not going to go back into the house and finish whatever the spirits are waiting for. We're just going to leave.
I think we should go back. and
Cut
tell
my
them.
arm up for nothing. I'm gonna go fight the motherfuckers.
I'm how?
I don't know. I've never tried to punch a ghost. I'd like to
First
try
time
though.
for everything.
You
Yeah,
could
first time for everything.
try, Guess.
All
They
right.
look at the real. Do they?
Okay, well, before you go, and I'm going to catch Astrid's arm and cast a Cure Wounds before she charges into the house with ghosts.
All right.
I don't know if it's relevant, but I have Speak with Dead.
All right. 10 points of healing to Astrid, allowing the wounds that was created just now to almost entirely cover up. Some do remain. And Astrid, you walk in carrying all the daggers or just by yourselves?
Vi's insisting on burying them, so I'm gonna leave them with him.
All right. So Astrid,
will-
you walk
Yeah,
in.
we started this mess. We're gonna finish it. So here we go.
All right. You walk inside the building with your weapon in hand, expecting for a fight. But the spirit, they look at the daggers that are outside.
I don't want the daggers inside.
Well, can I see if I can touch one?
Your hand passes right through them.
I will offer one dagger through the doorway.
Yeah, I'll reach out there and take it and hold one of the daggers in my hand.
You hold the dagger in your hand. One of the spirit kind of steps forward, staring at you. Eyes empty.
Can I use the dagger to stab the spirit?
Passes through.
Man,
That was a good try.
Yeah, I
You're-
also was hoping that would work.
yeah, you're
Oh,
overestimating how smart I am. This is all I got.
Hey, that's more than what we have. Or I have.
If I step into the
Cause
house,
I ain't
can
killing
see
myself
what's
in here to fight no fucking ghost.
If I step into the house, can I see what's the spirit in front of Esther is doing?
It is standing in front of her, just hovering a few inches over the ground, looking at her, looking at the dagger in hand.
Any expression?
It has this kind of mouth agape open expression, not quite, actual, not quite an actual expression. So
Oh wait. All of the spirits are in the house, right?
yeah,
And Delilah is free again.
Delilah is still quivering.
Is there any spirits around Delilah?
No, at the moment, no. No, sorry, there is one spirit with Delilah.
The big one?
No, another of those smaller ones.
Where's the big one?
The big one is inside, behind all the other shades, almost waiting to. It's almost kind of like a boss, at the back of the room kind of situation. It's a really packed room with all these spirits all around.
So they want
I-
something. I will come in with one of the other knives. So do they want us to put the knife somewhere? I will try moving around and see if the spirit acts like yes, no, as I move the knife around.
They seem to be focused on Astrid more than you.
Ah, right. Astrid is the one who.
What
Got
if
there.
you're actually commanding? Like they're whoever holds the dagger is controlling them. Maybe tell the spirit to do something. Like go over there.
Yeah, let me try that. I'm gonna the dagger is in my hand. Let's see. Put your arms in the air. I'm gonna raise both my arms up with the dagger in hand.
You try to do that. The creature look up at your hand, at the dagger specifically, but it's not like following your command by any means.
Is its attention following the dagger itself?
Yes.
Alright.
Wait. Delilah has one dagger. What's the origin of her dagger? Maybe that's why that one is very insistent on her.
It's just something that I crafted, alright? Long time ago. It's not some weird relic, if that's what you're asking.
I mean, does it have, I don't know, spirit magic or whatnot?
It's a stick that is sharp. I pulled my blood through it, that's it.
Sounds cursy to me.
Can I flip open that field guide and see if there's anything helpful written inside?
The field guide, you open that particular book that you found on the corpse that you just burned. It similar to the book that you originally found. This one describes, the typical kind of like, it's kind of like a Bible basically, but for a religion, or at least an order that calls themselves. Shoot, I can't remember. Order of the Lost Crimson. That's it.
Oh.
Their scripture seems to warn about the dangers of magic and how it is their duty to control it, make sure it does not fall into the wrong hands. Their powers stem from their own body, and their own body will be the one that control and regulate magic so that it does not repeat the disasters that has happened before. That's essentially it, and it kind of inside describes various rituals, various kind of like prayers, prayers of forgiveness, blah blah, and so on. All of it are just within the book. It's much more complete and much more properly printed on the book as compared to the previous one that you saw, the larger one, the one about Meroleth. That one is more handwritten, the contents.
Okay. So filing this all away for later. Actually, I'll go over and crouch down next to Delilah. Does Order of the Lost Crimson mean anything to you?
Isla, history
Can I-
checked.
And also roll history because I might have heard
Sure.
stories from my grandma.
Sure, go ahead.
I
Alright.
rolled exactly like
With
Wait,
a
no,
10, with a 10, you would know that this was once a large organization that was destroyed a long time ago. But recently, a resurgence of the Lost Crimson has returned. And people are, and there are like a couple of the orders starting to start up and make sure they punish evil magic users all over the world. That's basically what the story of the Lost Crimsons are. Delilah, with given that she's a little bit more of a history buff, has a lot more knowledge regarding this topic. She knows that these guys, and these guys, they are essentially an order of paladin, and they have the and unlike other paladin who specializes in, like, I don't know, like defeating evil, blah blah blah, and so on, this one they they have the scripture that tells them to that magic is dangerous and it is their job to control them. But control does not mean destroy. They have to strike that balance when it comes to it. Given that what you have in the book and what you found on that person, you get the feeling that this person may be a part of that order, or at the very least an initiate, given that this person does not have the signature what you call blade that a Lost Crimson would usually carry.
What is the blade that does it depict the blade that they would usually
Yeah,
carry?
it's a blade made with blood, basically. It's part of the initiation process.
Does that look like Delilah's?
No.
Ah. I mean, she said she pushes her blood through her daggers, so you know.
That is right. But yeah, that's the basic idea of what and who the Lost Crimson is.
Interesting.
So assume that guy in the leather, right? The leather thing.
Yeah, leather. Yeah.
That is, he's trying to stop whatever this cult is doing.
I'm sorry.
We can assume that what the guy, if he was a Crimson Blade, he was trying to stop whatever the cult is doing, right? He's here because he wants to stop whatever is happening.
It's possible.
The two bodies.
Yeah. I don't have it in my notes. Did Delilah pick up any of the knives from the house?
One of the knives was stuck to her skirt when she was trying to escape.
Is it still stuck on her skirt?
Nope, it is currently with the pile that Astrid has.
Why is there one still?
Let's see. All right, well, this is going to be tedious and possibly a little bit painful, but Delilah, you're used to nicking yourself a little bit.
Oh, God.
Can we identify which knife was stuck to Delilah's skirt and give Delilah a little prick with that knife?
That would definitely work. So I'm assuming you just cycled through the knives to find which one causes the ghost next to Delilah to leave, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You would be looking for fibers that came off of her skirt stuck to it.
That could work too. That does not involve cutting Delilah as much. So go ahead, roll me investigation check. Yeah.
Okay. Someone's helping me? That would be great.
Yeah, Bree is helping.
I'll have, I guess.
Awesome. Thank you.
Double.
Well, guidance.
Ooh,
Ma'am? Are you okay?
I know it's not well.
I said guidance.
Oh, guidance. Thank you. So I will add a d4 to that. 23 total.
All right. With a 23, you easily pick out the dagger from the pile. You surprised you didn't notice it beforehand. You pick it out. You nick Delilah, and you see the spirit that was right next to her flew back into the manor. Doesn't seem to make her fear any better though. Sorry, it looks like it's a little bit better, but that does not seem to be the main source of her haunt right now.
Why is she so scared? Why are you so scared? Why are you scared that things are not there anymore?
Does Delilah need to go back inside and stack up the skulls again?
I think so.
What if
All
we
right,
take the skulls
Delilah.
out of there?
Wait, can I? Wait, no, I don't know how to do that. Never.
So you guys want Delilah to start stacking the skulls again, yeah?
retrace
Yeah, I
her
will tug Delilah inside like a child tugging along their parent.
No, no, no! As you drag her into the house, down to the bar at the back, seeing all the skulls that are kind of like piled up on the table, some on the floor across the room. You begin to pick them up and tell Delilah to start stacking them once more. The spirits in the room don't seem to pay her mind, except for the one spirit that flew in, and also the big one. Big one is staring at her intently as she slowly places it one by one, trying to reform the pyramid again. I'm gonna roll sleight of hand for her.
I will assist.
Assist.
Guidance.
Guidance. With guidance, she rolled and help. She rolled a 15 as she stacked the skeletons up higher and higher and higher. It is a little bit wonky, but she was able to stack everything that you were able to find in the room. But the spirit does not seem to be satisfied. Still staring at her, but Delilah gets the feeling that she's on the right path.
What else did she do? She knocked over the skulls. And she ran out. What else?
Do we have to put the knives back as well?
Maybe.
So we brought in a couple knives. The holes should still be there. I will see if I can put a knife back.
You try to place the knife back into the floor. You push it down. It seems to stick properly. But when you pull it out, the dagger seems to almost eject from the hole and land on the floor.
Maybe it's the wrong place for it?
But it was perfect, wasn't it? It was a perfect fit.
Yeah, I will try some of the other holes.
You try another one. You push it down. Seems like a perfect fit at that point. And then it ejects it out once more. I think at this point, Jack, you would notice the spirits. The spirit, when Vi places the dagger on the floor, the spirit lean down, almost like excited. But
Oh,
it's like she's waiting for something, but then disappointed when the dagger gets knocked out again.
okay, so we have to find the correct one, I guess.
Wait, is it a malice type of excitement or like, oh my god, I'm gonna be free kind of excitement?
Insight check?
Insight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
13. Again, it's a little bit hard to insight these shades with their lack of facial features. You're honestly unsure what the expression depict, other than some kind of like agitation for sure. Yeah.
Are the spirits located one over each knife hole, or are they just kind of clumped up in the back?
They're kind of clumped up in the back. Not really clumped up in the back, clumped up around Astrid, and one of them is right next to Delilah.
Yeah. Maybe Astrid and Delilah have to do it? Delilah, see if you can put back the knife you knocked out.
Delilah takes the knife. She moves over to the hole that she remembers the dagger kind of like gets pulled out. Tries to push it down, and you can see she's pushing down real hard. And she turns to you guys. Something's pushing back.
What's
Am I
like
doing
a
it wrong?
force?
Something's
Can
pushing.
can you nick yourself first and then push the dagger in?
She looks at the dagger, nicks it. You can see the spirit next to her start to like lean down towards the hole as well. The large spirit begins to descend around her expectantly, tries to push it down,
Let the blood drop in the hole first.
drops the blood in the hole, jabs it down. You can see that the large one is waiting for something, and then shakes her head, and the dagger ejects out from the floor.
What?
I'll look over at the large one. You could give us some help, you know. This guess and check is frustrating for everyone. Can I investigate where the knife is supposed to go? Is there something mechanical that we're missing?
Sure, go ahead
Or-
with investigation check for me, please.
Did it react at all or what? Oh,
Oh my god, every time. You guys want to buff it up? Reroll that?
Bro, I guess we.
Tonight is just really bad rolls, huh?
Bad rolls all around.
I
Right.
mean, it's
Thank
been
God we don't have to combat.
pretty average, but average hasn't been good enough. Okay, if with the party's permission, I will reroll that.
Jeez, with a 24,
that's the second time. This
you try to. It's a bit hard because you don't know what the fuck this spirit wants. You don't know this religion. If only you had a guide.
I'll pull out the 2 books again. I'll go get the one from the back
Mm-hmm.
and start going through the rituals and prayers that they mentioned.
And you can see on the back there are several rituals. Most of it is kind of like daily rituals. Some prayer for blessing, prayer for luck, then a prayer for forgiveness. You can see that as you read, you realize that you've been following the steps quite well. Putting a drop of blood as a sacrifice. Returning the item that was stolen, and then finally repeating the prayer.
I will read out the prayer. Oh, I will have Delilah read out the prayer.
Delilah looks at the book and you point to the location that you said that you pointed in. She begins to read. Death Mother, take my gift. Under your grace I return. Under your blessing I bleed. Under your will I sleep, longing for the eternal rest. She looks at you a little bit weird, but then the dagger sink into the ground. And the spirit that has been following her this whole time flies off, going to do off its own thing once more. Delilah stands up.
Listen,
I feel a bit better.
okay.
And she turns to the large one and turns to the pile of bones that you have. Okay.
Maybe repeat the prayer one more time over the stack of skulls. And Astrid, I bring the book over. Do you want to repeat this after me a whole bunch of times?
Well, got nothing better to do. I was gonna play Simon Says with these daggers, but this will be better.
Probably.
And
We can play Simon Says later.
Okay.
all right, and Astrid performs the ritual. She already cut herself with the blood. She places the dagger into a hole and begins to read the prayer once more. Death Mother, take my gift. Under your grace I return. Under your blessing I bleed, and under your will I sleep, longing for the eternal rest. As the dagger sinks back into the ground once more, again and again and again and again and again until finally all 42 daggers that were pulled out from the hole is now all over the floor. All the spirits upon completion fly off one by one by one by one by one until and Astrid, each time you complete a ritual, that sense of dread start to feel lighter. Those noises in your head starts to get quieter. And by the end, you just realize how quiet the forest is in comparison to what you've been hearing this whole time. You turn to the back of the room to see Delilah. Delilah's right now been essentially spilling a large amount of blood all over the pile of bones. Basically, she does not look well, as she's used to spilling blood, but right now she seems to be spilling a bit too much. She leans on the bar for a bit and then turns to the spirit, now frustrated at this creature. Those who are keeping an eye will notice that she's been doing this like 2-3 times at this point. Each time nothing happened. Each time she believes that more is needed, and she repeats again, "Death Mother, take my gift. Under your grace I return. Under your blessing I bleed, and under your will I sleep, longing for the eternal rest."
Oh no, I'm gonna stop her. Delilah, I think you should stop.
The creature looks at the pile of bones, looks at Delilah.
Not gonna be satisfied, is it?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
I will
Delilah.
go over to the creature and hold up the book of rites.
Mm-hmm.
If you could please point out what it is you want Delilah to do, it will save frustration all around. And I'll start kind of flipping through the book, pausing at each page and seeing if the spirit reacts.
The spirit reacts at one page. It's essentially another prayer of forgiveness for it's kind of like for atoning the worst of sins, basically, in the religion's eye. And instead of a blood sacrifice, this one requires a life.
Oh no.
The prayer is longer, about a page long, this one, rather than a paragraph. But yes, the main component that is different is someone has to die.
I'll look over at the spirit. I don't think we're going to be able to do that right now. We'll come back and see what we can do. How badly off is Delilah right now? Should I put a cure wounds on her?
Or knock her out so she can stop hurting herself.
She is kind of giving up at this point, looking a little bit blue, but she sits down on the ground. I'm fine. Need a short rest.
We'll tug her to her feet. All right, come on. We'll see about tidying this up later. Look over at the spirit. That one's a little bit steep, considering that this was done in ignorance, and I gesture at the pile of skulls. It's not clear who's using that.
The spirit returns to float over towards Delilah. Delilah kind of leans away from it, but to no avail as the creature embraces Delilah once more. Delilah very quickly makes her way out so that she can't see the spirit, but she can still feel the embrace right there.
Okay, if we want to do this, we have to take a life, right? It says a life, doesn't matter which life, right? Those zombie, those undead, not undead people.
I mean,
They're gonna get
does
revived no matter
zombie
what, right?
considered as living?
Yeah.
Is it
Is
alive
it
or
living?
undead? Get what I mean?
The cultists
I
over
mean,
the river
they're
were going to
moving, right?
sacrifice a wolf, maybe the next rabbit we catch. We can trade for Delilah.
Probably any different than the cultists. Oh no.
Okay, let's go find some rabbits then. In the meantime, where do you guys want to go?
Let's go to the forest. We've catched it. We've catched an animal from there, right? Rabbit.
Well, you are in the middle of the forest right now. Just need to choose where you guys want to head. Towards the gate as before. You can go along the west road to the east road. Your choice. South or north road.
Mm,
I vote the south path, but that's mostly just rolling the dice.
we never went to the south, right?
Really, no.
And Aurora has that spell, the trap spell. Rope trick, was it? No, not rope trick.
Yeah, it was some traps, but yeah, snare, I think.
There, yeah. Maybe we should set up a trap.
Sure, I can do that. As Aurora goes over to an edge and begins to cast snare. Oh no! She did not prepare it.
Oh no! That's not good.
Tomorrow then.
Look at Delilah. You okay there? Can you hang on?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Is she just saying that?
Oh, she's
Or
just
is
saying that for sure. It's not like she's getting physically weak or anything from these creatures, but it's definitely frightening her, knowing that there's that creature surrounding her right now.
I don't.
Yeah.
So,
Well, maybe Astrid can set up a regular rope kind of snare, and then we'll see if we can hold on long enough for tomorrow. Maybe also someone can try to remove curse.
Yeah.
do you have a remove curtains?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow.
All right.
Everything starts tomorrow then.
Astrid pulls out her knife and a rope that she has and begins to create a makeshift snare using by bending a nearby small plant and like using a rope loop, putting some bait in the middle as well, some of her dried fruits ration, put it in there, and then yeah, so you can create that trap very easily if you want, Astrid.
Yeah, it's no problem. I do it all the time.
All right, go ahead. Survival check.
Okay, I'll help.
I'll add the 1d4 and do I add it to the situational bonus?
Yeah,
I'm giving you
D4.
advantage. More.
Oh, advantage. Okay, all right.
So no on the d4, but yes on advantage.
No D4, yes advantage, yes.
Okay.
12. It's not a great trap, but you managed to find some of the small plants nearby, hiding it among some of the fallen leaves, and hopefully you'll be able to catch some creature that are passing by. So you have that trap set up. What do you guys want to do now?
Well, I vote we continue down the road a ways and About halfway through the day that's left, we'll turn around and we'll head back to check on the trap here.
So, you begin making your way down south, yeah? Down south, following the southwest road, along the river, trying to see if there is anything that you could come that would be useful to you. You travel not long, maybe about an hour or so, when you see something on the water.
Hmm.
Oh man. So it's one thing after another.
Second.
What is it?
Yeah,
Thanks.
creep a little bit closer. What is it?
You turn the
Is it
corner, you can now see the thing properly. It is some kind of platform. Like this wooden platform built on top. No, sorry, it's a circular ring about 30 foot in diameter, made from some kind of gold or gold looking material. It is hovering a few inches over the river. You can see there, you can see that it's hovering there, just hovering there, and you can see that there are a couple of those undead creatures on top of that platform. Those creatures, they're holding a piece of stick by the looks of it, with a rope attached at the end of it. And the rope is, one end is connected to the stick, and the other end is in the water. They seem to be fishing.
Is
What's
that
the shiny?
The platform they're standing on, it is some kind of metallic ring, basically.
Is that the soldier type or the villager type?
By the looks of it, seems like the villager type, not wearing any armor or anything. They're wearing tattered clothing a little bit. It's barely put together. The fishing rod they're using is nothing more than a stick and some twine, but they're fishing.
Is part of their routine?
It would
That's a
seem.
very fancy gold, fancy raft.
Is there any basket around them? Did they catch anything yet?
There is a basket around them. When you try to focus on what's in it, the smell hits you first. Rotten fish is in there.
Oh my god.
But then they catch a new one and they put in the basket. And then they continue fishing.
Wait, the new fish is rotten as well?
The new fish is normal fish. The fish kind of wriggles in the basket with a pile of like older fish that is in the area for a bit before giving up and just lies down there.
Oh, I look at
Yeah,
everyone else.
it's part of
Fish
their
is a live
routine.
thing, right?
That's true. It is. But you need to keep it in water so that it keeps on living.
That is
Well, I
true.
suppose if you
Can we
get
scoop up some of the water in the container?
Which water, sorry?
Can we scoop the river inside the container? Do we have a large enough container?
You want to scoop the river? I'm sorry?
We, uh, here's the thing. I'm thinking we steal one fish, use it for the ritual.
well, I think you're the one with mage hand.
Yeah, but we need a container big enough to hold water and the fish.
So we need like a bucket or something. I mean, if a minnow would work, we have our water skins. I don't know that I have a bucket.
Man, when we want a bucket, it's not here. But we don't want it. It's everywhere.
Hey, that's the definition of that one bucket, man. It appears when you least expect it.
Let's do a stealth check.
You want to try
fails
this?
one,
To
fail
steal
a
the
stealth
fish?
check and we'll get a bucket.
Yeah.
That's how they appear.
Are you,
Um,
are you trying to
for-
fail a stealth check so a bucket appears?
For context, I think Vi wouldn't know, but it's a long-standing joke that whenever someone fails a stealth check, it's because they kicked a bucket that appeared out of nowhere. So,
Makes sense.
so that's why we're saying that. That's a player thing, not a character thing.
Mhm.
I thought you wanted to sneak and steal the fish from the guy or something. But yeah,
Yeah, we are.
What's a sensor?
I'm sorry.
Is it where the incense go?
Yeah, but it has holes in it so the smoke can filter out.
Oh, okay then, not that.
How big is the fish? Because I have a mess kit.
Oh,
Mess
I
kit.
have an alms box.
It's the size like half your forearm. It's not that
Oh,
big.
I have an alms box. It's pretty empty because, well, I guess I don't really ask for donations.
That's
what
possible.
It doesn't look like a piggy bank, but
No, it does not. How does
it's
your
just like
arms box look? Nope, breathe.
Piggy bank.
I think it's like probably would Tupperware be a thing or like an equivalent of it?
No.
It's definitely like a makeshift thing that she made from whatever container was at her house, and it would be decorated with writings and her best attempt at drawing Shepa symbol on it.
All right, so it's kind of like a pot that your grandma don't no longer use, and you just poke a hole at the top so that
Yeah,
you can put a coin in it. Got it.
yeah.
Um,
So you can open the lid and then just use it as a bucket.
It's
I think
not
the big
big,
thing
but
is
you'll fit the fish. Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say Delilah also cooks, so Delilah would need to have one like cooking pot that could fit a small fish as well.
Delilah does not. Delilah does not have a cook's tool. What?
No.
I'm as surprised as you, man.
Does he cook?
Oh, well, I guess the alms box it is then. I watch expectantly for Jacques to mage hand a fish out of the river into the alms box.
Wait, I want to do it. I wanted to go fishing with my gauntlet.
Oh yeah, we did want to go fishing.
Yeah,
I just
but
sit down
we
on the
want
river and
fish
hope.
line,
Yeah.
If I miss and it pulls me into the river, one of you's gonna save me, right?
We'll try our best.
Okay.
All
Did we
right.
tie you to a tree with a rope? Because I think you're the biggest of all of us. That
That
way,
might be a
if you
better
miss and you
idea.
fall into the river, then you can just pull yourself back with a rope.
Sounds like you guys don't want to help me. I see how it is.
I would. So we don't want to help
I'm
you.
gonna tap Esther
Whether we
on
can
the
help
waist.
you or not.
I'm gonna tap Esther on the waist. Don't worry, I got you.
Okay.
Aster, you're
See ya.
kind of big.
All right. Let's see if this works.
Go ahead, roll to hit, please.
Oh, that's annoying. Well, you can keep doing
Oh
it.
no.
So that is
A 9.
a 9. You shoot out your javelin from your gauntlet. It manages to hit a nearby rock, unable to hit the fish that was swimming near it, causing all the fish to kind of like swim away from the javelin as it reels back, nothing in hand. You see some of the undead kind of like turn to you, raise their hand, "Ugh," and then continue fishing.
They're mad.
We're in there
They're
fishing.
fucking mocking me because I missed. How dare they?
You try again?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, try again.
Fish.
21 this time. You managed to see like a large one swimming in the middle of the river. You throw the javelin from your gauntlet again. It hits the fish and you reel it back in. It lands on your hand, no longer moving.
Oh
damn.
man,
It deals one damage. It did minimum. It deals one damage, and that's enough to kill a fish.
It died. Damn
I'm just
it.
gonna hold it up by the lip as you do when you catch fish. I'm like,
And now you
well,
see
at least I got
the undead.
dinner.
The undead kind of turns to you.
Well,
I
Chuck,
applaud
wait,
as well.
wait.
As they do that, can
Uh-huh.
I just sneakily send my invisible hand into their buckets and grab a live fish that they just caught?
Yeah. Mm, how would stealth check? Sure, let's go ahead. Roll stealth check for me. Intelligence stealth check.
Guidance.
But the hand is invisible though. Oh,
The fish is not. Yeah.
Guidance.
Is it an intelligence check?
Intelligence stealth check. So stealth change it to intelligence because you're using your spellcasting.
It's the same. But my spellcasting is
Oh, no.
charisma though.
Oh, charisma. Charisma.
That's
Sorry, my bad. I just assumed. I just forgot psionic is a wizard, so I thought that's why I say intelligence.
Why?
Oh, I don't see it.
Roll a 6. As you try. Oh, with a D4?
Somebody?
Yeah, got D4 guidance.
D4.
I'm not wait,
So
how
it's an
much?
8.
8. All right. You. Now hold on. Now hold on. These guys. Let me go. Let me check what is it. Commoner. Passive perception
Yeah.
of.
10.
Why is it not showing? Yeah. So, as you try to pull out that fish, you can see one of the undeads notice the fish begin to float, and they begin to tries to catch the fish while it's floating mid-air. The other one tries to catch the other one. It trips on the friend just now, and it falls down to the ground. The platform tilts to the left slightly, and some of the chairs begin to drag across the surface of the platform before it rights itself. The two undead stands up. They take the fishing rods and continue fishing. Whoosh.
Alright. Bring the flying
stole
fish.
from one
to
dead.
us.
You pull the fish. The fish is wriggling very weakly right now, but it's still alive.
Put it in the container.
Put it in the
quickly.
container, bloop, and the fish resumes swimming in circles once more, as it is now safe and sound. Definitely won't be sacrificed, but for anything.
I will call it Nemo.
Well, there you go.
Although it's now blessed with shepherd's light.
You have a
Another life
fish.
sacrifice. I'm gonna try the thing again.
So we go back.
If you think it will work, sure.
I mean, if it doesn't work, we can just eat this fish for dinner, right?
That too.
It's neat that I guess we can eat Nemo for dinner.
Really guilt tripping. So, what do you guys want to do? You bring Nemo back to the central Serenia area.
Yeah, let's go back into the cursed house and let's try sacrificing Nemo. Delilah probably has to do it. I'll hold the book so she can read out the longer prayer.
Delilah goes over, carries the fish. Now, upon entering, she would be able to see the creature surrounding her once more. She turns her face away as she walks closer to the bone pyramid. Now that you've kind of like mostly removed the curse that's around you, it is very hard for you to see those spirits even when you are inside the house. The only one that you can see clearly right now is that large elven female, as Delilah pulls out the fish, cuts the creatures following the instruction of the book, cuts the creature through its entire body, place it down onto the surface. Not much blood pours out from the fish. But regardless, she places it on the skulls and begins to read long prayer. Essentially, the prayer it can be summarized to the reader giving aspects of their life, giving up all those various aspects, their sight, their hearing, their joy, their love, just giving up everything in exchange for Marileth's forgiveness, in exchange for that eternal beyond, and in exchange for freedom. Upon finishing the prayer, you see the spirit of this elven eldritch being slowly fades out of view until you can no longer see her. Delilah kind of stands there for a moment and then falls onto her knees for a bit. It's gone. The whisper's gone.
Okay.
She lies down to the ground. It's gone. And you can see Delilah actually smiles now after a while.
Oof.
I go over, pat her shoulder. Well, excellent. Let's get out of here and you can lie in what passes for sunshine here.
She nods. All of you stand up and begin making your way out. Careful not to pull out any dagger that is on
I
the
will
ground.
leave a little prayer to Nemo before I go out. I won't touch it or anything. Just stand over the dead body, him, and do the prayer where I hope Shefa assists him or whatever, and then leave.
As you begin to read the prayer to Shepa, you feel long, bony fingers begin to wrap around your shoulder. You very quickly finish the prayer and you run off. You don't really feel that fear that was instilled in Delilah, but in that very short moment,
Okay.
you figured
Yeah.
that maybe you shouldn't disrespect another god with another god's prayer, so to speak.
Okay, noted. I will finish it. I will go away.
You immediately run away.
Okay, Steve is just a fish.
You guys are now outside, now cleared from any of those spirits that are haunting you. You still have the books and the items that you found in the room. What do you guys want?
If people don't mind taking a short rest, I would love to sit down with this patched cloak and some of the other things and do some identify work.
Is it a robe of peaceful items? Yeah, let's sit down.
All right. All of you guys find a place to long rest. To short rest, sorry, to short rest. It is difficult to find a quiet place because there's always those undead moving around and everything. But they're not really harming you. They're just there, you know? So you find a place where there's a couple of those undead creatures that are just lying down on the floor, rolling apparently along the grass. I'm not sure why, but you find that's the one that's kind of like seems the least threatening, you know? Sit down in nearby and try to take your short rest. And it goes by without any issues, so go ahead, take your short rest, heal up.
I will use my short rest to ritually cast Identify on the cloak, the rapier, the short sword, the book, just in case I get anything else off it, and the medallion and the wand.
Right.
Whoa, that's a lot.
The medallion and the wand are not magical.
Okay.
There's still a wand though, so you can use as an arcane focus. So that's the medallion. The robe is is this.
Robe of useful items. Oh, did you roll for it already?
I roll for it already. Yes.
Dagger patches.
It is a
Bullseye
really useful
lantern.
robe of useful
Sack.
item.
What's a sack patch?
Good question.
Might be. Wait. What is a silver coffer? Is it silver?
A box that is worth 500 gold. Yeah, a box made from silver worth 500 gold pieces.
Oh,
What else? The rapier that you identified. You, upon identifying, you see a room basically. This room is decrepit and old with crates on either side of the house. You feel hungry. You feel tired. You have that dagger in your hand. You figured it's useful, but you cannot sleep for this past few nights. Maybe you can just rest your eye just a little bit. And you're back with that rapier in your hand. It's a +1 rapier. If anybody wants it.
Ooh. I don't know if Delilah would want it. I think I can use it if she doesn't.
You can hold on to it for now.
yeah. She probably used her dagger more.
The one with the blood channels thingy. And the short sword, that one's not magical as well. And I think that's everything.
Yeah. I will also identify the book just to see if there's anything arcane about the book more than just the knowledge in it.
The book does have a faint magical energy, but it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't have any magical effect like any other magic item you've seen so far. It's closer to it's like you've seen these things before where items just have some magical energy within it due to its significance or in religion or belief or just like in legends, for example. An item can become magical due to the experience it has. So essentially it has collected some of it, but it's not strong enough for it to become a proper magical item. It's just a magical book, but doesn't do anything.
Got it.
Yeah. The good thing is that it's a magical book. It's resistant to being destroyed. There's that.
Oh.
But yeah, that is everything that you found in that building so far. Where do you plan to head off to now?
If we keep it
What was
for
that?
longer, it could be a magical book.
Possible.
Oh, that's like gold. That's like if you keep gold, it'll just increase in value.
Yes, Jack. What do you want to do?
There's a silver coffer worth of 500 GP in the rope.
That is
We can
correct.
make more holy water.
That is correct.
Yeah, you gotta grind down the silver,
I mean,
right?
we can do that with
Because it's
crafting, right?
powdered
We might
silver.
lose some value, but
But yeah, definitely.
Unless we can fabricate it.
That is correct.
That's a level 4 spell that I don't know exists. Because I'm not very smart.
and also there is a
Yes.
rowboat, so we don't have to walk anymore.
There is?
There is a
Yeah, there's a
rowboat,
row.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is a patch of rowboat.
You can take the rowboat to run across along the lake.
We can.
Around the river, sorry. River.
Liver.
River.
We're in a body this whole
So,
time.
basically, we have opened up a new methods of transportation.
Transportation. But just remember, it becomes the real object. It can't be converted back into a patch. FYI.
Yeah, we can only just drop anchor somewhere, right?
Yeah. But and just so you know, the river is flowing this way. Yeah? This
Down
way.
into Cogsoot.
No, it
Oh,
actually
no, away from Cogsoot.
away from
Okay.
Coxet. Yeah.
So if we ride that towards that area, we might find the body of the ghost that we.
It's possible. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's gonna be pissed.
Oh, very likely.
So
Hey, but hey, we know of a ritual that can appease him, right?
Maybe, but
So,
I'd really rather just
blood?
kill him.
The ritual of forgiveness, right?
yeah, ritual forgiveness, prayer forgiveness.
Prayer of forgiveness.
Yeah.
And we have 2 mastiff for sacrifice.
Hey! Let's get another Nemo. Oh my god.
Right. So what you guys want to do now?
All right.
Well, that was a lot of excitement, and I certainly have learned that houses full of skulls and bloody daggers should be left alone. Where next?
Well, Astrid's left a cart, and we gotta still find her mule, right?
Yeah, but if we go, we need to wait for Henry and Mia to long rest before we go near the mall. Because they wanted revenge.
And maybe we should walk to the south path, see what else is there.
Sure.
All right.
I would be fine with that.
So you continue back down the south path until you arrive back at that floating disc. The fishermen undead are still fishing. But yeah, the platform is there for you guys. If you guys want to do anything. The road continues down to the south, but you do see there is an off the road. What's the word? Off the beaten path. Yeah, off the beaten path. There is a road that runs perpendicular to the road that you are running in right now, and it goes in deeper into the forest that you can follow as well. Which path do you wish to choose?
The brand.
Oh, that might be the road that goes to the house with the hunter who's in stasis. Shall we follow it far enough to find out?
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll take the path deeper into the forest. Let's go stealth and ask Fontaine to scout ahead.
All right.
Good idea.
So you continue down perpendicular to the road, trying to make your way following this path, going in deeper into the forest. You travel along for a bit until you begin to you begin to see amongst these amongst the trees, you notice there is a building inside. You see that it is kind of like a stone fence blocking off a large area. There is a building right in front of you that's connected to everything. But you can see the place definitely has not been taken care of for a long while, so I can draw it right here for you. I think that's how it works. Oh, like this.
Where?
There you go. Right. So you guys would be able to see that. It's not working. So you guys would be able to see that there is a kind of this building right in front of the path that you guys are following. And there is essentially a wall that covers the
Wait,
entire path.
where are you drawn?
Sorry, here.
I can't. I can't see.
There you go.
There's the map.
So there's a wall, and then there's a building, and then a wall bit around it. You guys are walking this path over here. And you can see the walls are slightly disheveled, slightly crumbled, a little bit hit bits and pieces over there, which allows you to see the inside of that building. You can see that there are kind of like these massive holes in the ground. And then at the very end of that area, you can see a couple more buildings towards the far end. What do you guys want to do upon seeing this building? You can continue down the path, see where it leads. You can check out this area as well.
Mr. Fontaine, do you think you can go climb the wall and take a look inside? Tell us what you see?
Yeah, sure. Climbs
Guidance.
up the wall and then give the area a survey. Let's see. A couple of buildings at the very far end. There seems to be some kind of gutter that goes from these holes to another hole. Don't see none of those undead people here, though. Let me check the building here one sec. And he goes into this building. Empty. Got a couple of bottles here. Rotten milk.
Blech.
Yeah, I don't see anyone over here. Seems like everybody fucked off. Very pissed off.
And left behind milk, was it a farm, maybe?
I can check the building at the very back there. But someone cover me, will you?
Let's all go around the wall so we're right outside the buildings you're investigating, and then, yeah, if you don't mind taking a look.
Alright. You guys make your way around this building. Let me just grab your token. You guys make your way around the building to get to the other side. And going around, you can see the wall has not been taken care of for a long time. And upon getting there, there's actually a large hill behind there, so you're actually now standing above the place, able to see the entire location. Fontaine, it's making his way along the side here and begins walking inside. Hey, hey, Astrid,
Howdy.
can you come down here a sec? Need your muscle.
Okay. Gonna just go with him.
Astrid, you climb your way down the hill into the compound. You enter inside. You can see that the floor is made from stone, and there is like a channel basically that runs along one end of the room to the outside of the building. And you see on one side of the in the room, so there is a channel that leads outside of the building, and then there is like a pool basically at the end, but like there is a rubble that's covering the entire area. Fontaine goes, I think I know what this is, but try digging that pile out of here. Let's see what's behind it.
Like, do I physically have to dig with my hands, or can I like beat it with something? Like, is it like a hard pile, or is it like a soft pile?
A hard pile, actually.
Okay, can
Oh
I just?
man, we need a shovel.
No, I was gonna construction worker this shit with like a wrecking ball style.
Oh,
All right. So go ahead, roll me an athletics check as you slam. I'm assuming Bella the ball
I have
onto
a
this.
What's up?
I have mace.
Basically, what my weapon is.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Athletics check. 11. It will be taking a while as you guys hear downstairs loud crashing sound coming from the room, just cling, 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 again and again and again. It took you quite a long while, Astrid, before you're able to make any progress. Yeah, sorry.
Hmm?
No, I thought I heard someone trying to talk there. But you continue, and it took you a good 10 minutes before you finally see the wall starts to crack, and you make one large swing, and the whole wall starts to crumble, and water just starts gushing out from that wall into that
Was
pool.
it damn?
And then you can see the water just keeps pouring and pouring. You have to pull back away from the water actually because it's hot. As the water runs out following that channel, you guys would be able to see the water filling up the gutters that is outside, going into this pool, slowly starts to fill up the water, spills over to this pool, fills up with the water and fills up to this pool, and starts to fill up the water, and the water flows out of the building as more and more of the hot water begins to fill up the area.
How much
Right.
of water?
I'm sorry? So, what do you guys want to do now? Sorry, Jack, you were saying something?
Where's the water coming from?
You go downstairs, try to check the source of the water. Seems like it's coming from under the earth. Not sure from where though.
This is what I think it is.
Last big episode.
As you apparently has found an abandoned hot spring in the middle of the forest in Serenia right now. It is a little bit disheveled. The pool has not been cleaned for a while, but the hot water is hot and it is flowing.
Oh. Guys, I think we should move our camp over here.
I mean, there's no RC or there's no Atlas though.
So
We
we
could
use
look
our-
around. There might be an atlas. Guy has already taken off his boots and stockings and his paddling his feet in the lowermost outflow so as not to get the water all dirty.
All right. Go ahead, roll investigation check as you guys scour the vicinity trying to find an Atlas shrine.
I will guidance someone.
I was gonna say I can look. If you're all helping me, may I roll with advantage?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll guidance you.
I guess I'll do the looking.
Oh, there it is.
Is someone helping or?
Yeah, someone helping. So that is a 12 plus guidance. 2, so
14.
that is a 14. Looking around the area, you try to find any signs of those Atlas statues, but you do realize a couple of things. The Atlas statues are always at places where there's a lot of traffic, in the middle of the city, at the gates. Looking around, there's not even a paved road to get to this place. You get the feeling that even if you spend a while searching, you're not gonna find Atlas in the vicinity.
Oh.
We could at least take some time off. I think Delilah would be much better with an afternoon soaking in a nice hot spring.
Oh yeah.
You get the
Should mark
impression
this
that Vi would also like to spend the afternoon soaking in a hot spring.
I mean,
Oh,
you
no,
ladies
mark
go
this
ahead and
this
soak.
one.
I'll keep an eye on the surrounding.
Hey, Vi's not a lady.
I'll go over to one of the other pools, and I won't look.
There are 3 pools. They don't seem to have any barrier around them, so you're gonna have to find a way to erect a barrier. But yeah, the 3 pools are free for you guys. Delilah very quickly goes over to one of the buildings, trying to kind of like put her belongings in there as she tries to get a soak in a nearby pool. Fontaine is too cool for this, so he goes over towards the wall just to keep an eye on any passing undeads in the vicinity. At the moment, he has not seen any walking through this road. The rest of you, what do you guys do?
Also,
Yeah, I will strip down to a little loincloth wrapped around my waist, and I will take the lowest pool.
Lowest pool, gotcha.
Ostentatiously turn my back on all the ladies. Just leave my gear right on the edge of the pool where I can grab it.
Gotcha.
And so slip in up to the neck and let out a loud sigh. Contentment.
I just realized, like, the two guys are the 2 short kings in the party.
Yep.
Everybody else, the medium size are all girls, and the short ones are all guys. Just realized that. But yeah, Vi, you soak in the pool.
yes, new part.
Fontaine is sitting over here chatting with you a little bit as he keeps an eye on the surrounding. The ladies, I'm assuming you guys soak in as well, yeah?
How deep is it?
The first one goes actually pretty deep. I'd say standing, it would actually go around your thigh, so maybe
Ah, it's
around a
not too deep
meter.
then.
Yeah, around a meter. But as you get lower and lower, the pool is shallower and shallower. So by Cassius, actually, it will be like half your thigh. But if you sit down, you'll still be able to like cover your entire body if you so wish.
Ah, I chose wisely for a halfling.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So each of you guys lie down, get some soak in, loosen all those
I'm
heavy.
gonna sit there and it's gonna look like I'm in a kiddie pool.
With your knees bulging out a little bit. But yeah. Yes, I can take some time sitting here, just chill for a bit. Where's the river noises? River noises. Yeah. So, while you guys are chilling here, is there anything you guys want to do? Or are you just taking a long rest here now?
Very long rest here.
I mean, seems secure enough. No monsters roaming around.
How far is the nearest Atlas at Serenia to this location?
You recall you will have to go down to the fishing ring. So let me just draw on the map. Basically, I should do the whole thing where I mark the map with like images and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the spring right there. So you have to go here, back here, across the river, and that's where the closest atlas is.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but
pretty far.
how long was the walk? 10 minutes? Half an hour?
I think it's half an hour. This might be it. Yeah, I have the. I think
Not
it's
that
half an
bad.
hour.
Not that far away, bro. We can make this our home. We got walls, we got water.
We'll have to see about disposing of the sour milk. I wonder if there's a kitchen facility that we could set up for Delilah.
Hey, you can check out the other remaining building. There's 2 other buildings. Oh no, there's 1 other building that you have not checked out.
I'll go have a look.
All right. You get out of the water, checking over to that 1 building remaining. Pushing the door open, you are immediately greeted with a kind of gruesome scene. You can see the roof of the building has collapsed. And kind of like these stone tiles and a pillar is crumbled all over the ground. And underneath that pillar, you see a couple. You see one of those undead creature on the ground, trying to pull themselves out. And you see 2 other of those undead creature trying to dig through the floor, but to no avail, trying to get to remove the rubble, but they're not. Doesn't seem to be strong enough.
Oh my. Okay. I will gently shut the door, come back to the others. So once we've all had a soak and dried off, there are some undead in the second house. We should help them get their comrade out from under the fallen roof pillar.
Okay.
There are some trap undeads, you say? Is it the
Yes.
undead or the not so undead?
So DM, I'm assuming they're the kind of shriveled but
Yes,
not immediately hostile undead.
yes, that is correct.
They're like the ones we found hiding in the house way back in Riverbend. The ones trying to crawl out of the fire pit. Who knows how long they've been trying to dig themselves out from the house here. But I think if we free them, I doubt they'll bother us.
Mm-hmm.
I may just be misremembering something, but does clothing have any sort of bearing on a barbarian's strength?
Nope. Clothing is for armor, but barbarian do not have to wear armor if they don't, because they still get
Right.
protection from the constitution.
If I'm butt-ass naked in these hot springs, then I feel like I'm at my strongest.
It's possible, yeah. Your original clothing never really provided much protection anyway, but now that you lose them, it feels more freeing. You can jump around very easily. And in fact, it might just be placebo, but you do feel a little bit stronger after soaking in it a little bit.
Might be the water.
Might be the water, maybe.
Hot springs do have a healing property.
So, some of you guys get some rest soaking in the water. Some of you are gonna work to get these guys out, yeah?
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
dry off, put my gear back on, go over to help with my -1 strength.
Go ahead,
Nah,
-1 and 0
gonna
strength.
help.
Alright, Asfit comes over buck naked.
I mean, I don't see the point in getting dressed. I'm gonna get back in the water anyway.
Gotcha. Walks
At
over.
least wear your underwear. Oh gosh.
Do what?
Wear your underwear.
Nah, my hair covers me. I'm good.
Oh,
You walk over towards the towards the house where Vi is kind of like Vi and Jack trying to pull the rubble out. Vi, how do you feel seeing a naked lady charging in your direction right now?
I'm definitely taken aback, but I have spent a number of years on the docks in Rough Town, so I will take two very large steps to the side to make sure I'm not in the way of the charge and politely avert my eyes.
As Astrid begins digging into the ground. So go ahead, Astrid. Go ahead, roll athletics check with advantage because Vi and Jack is helping. Is Jack
Alright.
naked as well?
No, I'm not gonna be naked.
Gotcha. But you're gonna be underdressed than your usual, I'm assuming, yeah? Revealing a
Yeah.
lot more of your tattoos.
Yeah, revealing a lot more.
Can you care to describe how do they look like?
But they look like a bunch of circles and lines running all through my body. The circles are on the joints and the lines are, you know,
Along the
connecting
limb.
from the circles, yeah, along the limb. Uh, and that's it. And they are sort of purplish in color, something like that.
Alright. So,
Vi is going to let curiosity play in a little bit and is going to sneak peeks at Jock's tattoos and also at Aurora's tattoos. And Crit can fill us in later. Vi wants to compare, same type of magic, different. How do these work?
alright. Yeah, so maybe later Aurora can describe her tattoo later on. But yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Astrid, you continue to dig and dig and dig through this pile. And with your strength and your newfound mobility, you easily dig and dig and dig through the pile. And the undead that were trying to dig is still trying to dig. They're helping carrying. They like automatically transition from digging to helping carrying the debris out, as now Astrid is the main digger of the zone. As you dig and dig some more, you would reveal the person underneath wearing this kind of like very pale and torn blue robe. It is old clothing, but you can still see the quality of this. The creature stands up upon seeing you free them right now. The creature like almost immediately like forgets that it was stuck under the rock and immediately just starts going off. The two creature that was helping you, Esther, just now, finishes up throwing the pieces of rock outside of the compound, and then turns around and begins walking along with the other undead as well. Like the crumbling thing never happened at all.
I will
Very
follow
good.
them. Do they stay in the hot springs compound or do they leave? And if they leave,
They
which direction do they go?
all of them seem to be staying. The first one goes over towards the main building that was very near the path. Upon noticing you, while you were following him, the person goes over to one of the boxes behind him, pulls out a bottle with a very thick greenish yellowish liquid at the bottom of the bottle, and then hands it to you, Vi. Uncorks it. Immediately the pungent smell of like rotting milk just hits your face at once as the creature gives the bottle to you very kindly.
Oh, I
Oh,
think they are.
thank you.
The,
I'll just go take this and tree. Yeah, I'll just go. I hold the bottle as far away as my arm can stretch.
the creature returns back to its position looking very satisfied at himself.
Are
The
they
other
like the owners, the innkeepers?
the other one begins to kind of like sweeping in the vicinity area, picking up some like random items that you didn't realize it was like semi buried under the ground. You can see it picks up this what do you call a kind of like a one of those like banners that you saw the light guards was carrying around, puts it on the side, kind of goes around a little bit, finds another of those kind of like spears and puts it on the side. It's just cleaning up the area, picking up random knickknacks that was scattered around the area and putting it to the side. And finally, the one that was crushed under the rubble just now walked over into the room with where the water started. The guy walks into the room, looks over the area for a bit, and then goes under the pool. Seems like there is a secret compartment over there when the person pulls out, and then pulls out a couple of what you call vials. Basically they look dried as fuck and kind of like very thick at the bottom of it. Seems like it's been sitting there for a while. The creature looks at the bottle for a bit, shakes it, uncorks it, and instead of this intense like rotting smell, this one you get the opposite of intense fragrant coming from it. And the guy tries to pour into the pool, shake, 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 trying to get this thick liquid out. Shake, and a one large drop just into the pool and slowly gets dissolved. And slowly the smell kind of permeates the entire area. And to those who are still, taking a
Bathing.
bath, bathing,
Yeah.
it kind of gives you a little bit that it whatever pains in your joints that you felt kind of slowly gets washed away as you guys just sit down in the water relaxing for a bit. The person closes the bottle, places it into the secret compartment once more, and continues maintaining the pool, basically helping the other one. It seems like the three is indeed the owners of this place, and they're now finally resuming cleaning the place, taking care of it.
I'll call out to the party and like, whatever he added, it's pretty good.
Alright. Gonna go back in.
You jump in as well, Jack, and you feel that sensation kind of envelops you. It's almost like you're floating in cloud at this point. You feel nice.
Mm,
I
I
still
will.
think we should move here, guys.
Vi,
I
sorry,
mean,
you say something?
it seems really nice. I surreptitiously take the bottle of rotted stuff and push it out one of the holes in the wall, and then come strolling back to the lowest pool. And yeah, we'll put my gear back down and slip in for a second soak.
Is Vi like in another pool away from us, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went down to the shallowest pool at the bottom. It definitely
Shallow.
got vibes that the ladies want their own time, so I'm facing the
Oh,
wall, paddling my feet.
I think at this point I'd be like, hey Vi, I think maybe do you want to just join us since you're alone anyway?
I mean, I don't mind. If you want to talk, maybe I'll come over so I don't have to give my neck a crick and shout.
Yeah,
But
no, sure.
I will transfer over to where everyone else is
All right. So
and
to the
just do
first pool then.
the hot springs behavior where you politely don't look and sink down to your neck and enjoy the water.
Well, Bree is wearing her undies. She's not gonna be butt naked like Astrid.
Astrid gives no shits.
Yeah. But yeah, the three of you sit down, soaking for a bit.
I'll ask since we can all see each other's body. I'll just ask, hey, um, Jack,
Oh.
what's those circles and lines all over your body about? Why are they purple? They kind of look like bruises sometimes.
Well, honestly, I don't even know. Someone put it on me. Some experimental shit they're doing.
I say without
Experimental shit.
opening my eyes. Torak put it on you or someone else?
Not Torak. He's not smart enough for this. It was someone else.
You
Sorry,
know
Bree.
who?
Yep. To be honest, Torak probably have some on his body as well.
Where are you from anyway? If you don't mind telling us. I mean, sounds
Uh, to be honest, I don't actually know. I was somewhere in Barco de Cola in a facility.
mhm.
Well, I was raised in there from where and when I can remember, so I actually don't know much about the world.
And then you get into another world that you also don't know about. So,
Yes. Uh,
So, like,
so how'd you?
what was the point
Sorry,
of the
go.
facility? How many people were there?
there were uh, there were a few of us. Uh, I don't know. I didn't count. Never bothered to care anyways. But they were running experiments, trying to bring out our potential, as he likes to say. I don't know.
Who's he? Torak?
Oh, not Thorak. Thorak's just an idiot. He's just a bully. He was just a bully.
No. Then
It was
who?
this an elf guy. I need to put up, bring up my notes. Give me a few moments. Can't remember the name. Yeah, my notes. Yeah.
Check your personal chat.
Yeah. Okay. Scroll down. Name was. Name is. Yeah. A guy, an elf by the name of Arian.
Arian.
Yeah.
Hey Delilah, do you know any Arian? You sound smart.
You keep asking me this. Let me roll.
I don't know. I feel like I would ask Delilah about it. No.
Let me see. I don't think she does. But mm, no, the name doesn't ring a bell. What's the organization called again?
Yeah. What's the organization called?
Should I text you?
No. Like Delilah asking you, not me.
Oh.
Not
Oh.
Daniel. Delilah.
Okay. Oh well.
Confused.
Well, when we were escaping, I remember seeing the word void facility. I don't know.
Void?
The researchers, they never told us much. They just ran experiments, put us in torture situation, pit us against each other.
That's kind of inhumane.
So you were treated like prisoners?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we're treated worse than prisoners.
How did you get out?
Hmm. Well, the person I'm looking for over here, for some reason, she came in and bust me out.
Wait, you're looking for someone from here? Like Paragon?
I don't know. Well, the truth is, one day, after we escaped, I woke up one day, she's gone, and there's a map to Paragon. So I assume she's going this way or something.
She's a god.
I don't think so.
Really? Are you sure?
She looks like a normal human to me.
Mm. What about you, Vi? What made you want to come here in the first place?
Well, I got hired to do a job that I think is probably silly, to be honest. But they're paying, and I don't know, it seemed like an opportunity to do something else. A young man named Hadley Devereaux is convinced that he has an ancestor who's from here, and that his ancestor left something here that will instantly make young Hadley socially successful, rich, famous, all of that if I bring it back.
Like
What we've seen so far, like I said, I think someone has fed Hadley a lot of nonsense. But he did pay up front, and
he paid up front.
well, of course I'm going to insist on being paid up front for a job like this.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's smart.
So I'm here, I'm looking, I didn't expect to be kind of blown up by a bullying dragon person and dropped here. But
Well,
I don't think things are hopeless yet. I think we have some leads. Sorry, you were going to say?
what kind of artifact can give all that, you think?
Hadley was very non-specific, which is part of why I think this is just something that he's hoping to capitalize on some magical thingamy, probably to impress whoever he's hoping to impress. He did have some of his ancestors' papers, but they also did not ever mention Paragon specifically that I was able to see. So I don't know, I may have signed up for some bizarre publicity stunt. But I wasn't doing anything else, and I was thinking of moving on anyway. I thought I'd learn just about everything I could in Barco de Cola. You can only track down so many cheating spouses and find so many missing pets. Yeah.
Oh, were you like a detective?
Sure. Kind of. A private investigator, I guess.
Ooh, no
Yeah.
wonder.
You get a lot of people who think they want something found, and then when you find it, they get angry because they didn't really want the truth. They wanted you to find something that would let them keep holding on to their fantasies. And crime rate's pretty high, so I ended up doing a lot of work with the local guard force, trying to track down the origins of whoever washed up with the morning tide.
What was your most interesting case? Or a case that stuck by you?
Oh boy. Do you want the happy answer or the sad answer?
Mm, the answer that you like?
The answer that I like. Okay. So, when I still lived at home and thought I was going to be the next bookkeeper for the local general store that I worked at and kept accounts for, I went on my morning walk and I found the youngest son of our richest family lying at the bottom of the cliff. and he had a very large ring with a pearl on it. And I started to head back up to town to tell people, and I got nabbed by people out of nowhere. And I thought they were going to kill me straight out. And I was saying my prayers and hoping I would go to a reasonably nice heaven and regretting all the things I hadn't done. And instead, they dragged me halfway across the island, and there was a little hidden pool with an elemental in it. And apparently, that ring was supposed to control the elemental, but they all ended up killing each other except for the elemental. They started fighting over the ring. So I was pretty shell shocked, but I gave the ring back, and the elemental gave me some lessons and then said, get out, don't let me see you again, I don't like people. So it was a very interesting twist to my life.
That a cult?
I don't think so. The elemental didn't want anyone around. They didn't really want to talk about the ring. I assume a long time ago, someone powerful figured out a way to trap them.
Hmm.
And
Did you manage to release him?
yeah, all the people that I thought were going to kill me ended up killing each other. I didn't do anything. And I was able to smash the ring, and that was that. So
Was
yeah,
that the happy answer or the sad answer? Pretty
that was the
happy.
that was the happy answer. That's how I ended up being kind of a private detective. I don't know that I want to do it forever, but it's work I can do. It's work I get paid for. It lets me spend a lot of time at the local bookshop and think my own thoughts.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, were you wanting a better answer? That's definitely not a happy ending answer.
I mean, it's pretty happy you released someone trapped.
Yeah, there was that. And they did teach me a lot of useful things.
I'll be honest, when you say ring and a pearl and a young man, I thought it was heading another direction. Like
Oh, I suppose. I mean, maybe it would have if I found him before he was shoved off a cliff, I think. It wasn't a very big cliff, but, a couple 100 feet. People are pretty fragile.
No, I thought. Sorry, I'm not very great at listening, I guess. I thought you just found. I totally missed the part where he was dead.
Yeah, it's okay. I knew him kind of in passing. Like I said, his family is the richest one in town. But he wasn't ever someone I had talked to. My family's comfortable, but not rich.
Yeah.
Has Sheppa said anything recently? Does Sheppa have any ideas what's going on here in Paragon and what you should do?
Not really. I mean, I'm still pretty new at this cleric thing, so I don't know how often I should talk to them. But I do pray to her every night, like every chance I get. Maybe I should do it more. But no, Shep hasn't really talked anything. Usually, gods, they talk to you when it's convenient for them, I think. So my dreams have not been um that colorful lately, I suppose.
That's fair. I was hoping you or Aurora would have some ideas for maybe helping Roland. I don't know about the person in that stasis bubble. I feel like we have to find more in Paragon to figure out what's going on with them.
Well, there's still a lot to figure out here.
Very much so. But the biggest thing is how to figure things out without getting killed by glowing green orbs. Or cursed by this Mother Death figure, who seems to be cropping up a lot. Anyone have ideas on that?
But judging by, I don't know anything about her, but judging by the last one that we did, seems like angry for whatever happens here. She wanted people to repent. Something.
I think it's because there was a culling of their cult. Right? I mean, we all saw that. that. Yeah, I'm sorry. That snippet of like the authorities here hunting them down. So my guess is it's why they're so mad.
Yeah. Like, obviously they're cult, but I wonder how widespread was the cult. Atlas might know the next time we go back to one if Marileth was worshipped when Atlas was operational. Hopefully they won't just refer us to the Council of Heroes.
Or ask us to find a memory cache.
Well, we do need to do that if we want more answers.
Yeah.
But we need to get past that maw and the green orb.
And those thingies in that
Or-
matter.
Or,
Or
eh, do we know exactly what's on the rope thing? DM?
What rope?
The rope of useful things?
Yes, yes. You know all the
We-
patches. Yeah.
I noticed that there's a rowboat in one of the patches of the ropes that we found.
Mhm.
Maybe we can try travel by the river. Maybe we can bypass the whole scary town and the mall.
Maybe. We should probably follow the river and see if there's a way to fit a rowboat under the wall. Or maybe if we can go under the wall and pull off the patch on the other side. And we will be rowing upstream if we go that way.
Yeah, it would be hard. We can take turns rowing.
No, I agree. It's definitely something we should keep in mind. And maybe we get up to Cogsfoot and see, do we want to pull off the patch on this side of the wall or on the other side of the wall? What's the wall like at that point? What's the river like in Cogsfoot? Maybe there's a way to go all the way around the wall on water, in which case that might definitely be something to try.
No, at least that's a plan, right?
Yeah, I think we should follow this road down and see if we can kind of skirt around Cogsoot. To tell you the truth, I'm quite scared of them all. That was terrifying.
where do you think we should
Okay.
go next?
Maybe you should tell Henry and his group. I still think we should move here, make this our base of operation.
It's kind of far from an atlas, though.
Only a 30-minute walk. Not that far, right?
Well, it depends on how much of an emergency we think we should plan for.
Mhm.
But we should definitely tell them about this place. They might want to move here. And they did say we missed an atlas on this side of the maw. Maybe on the far side of the battlefield. So that's also probably worth going to try to wake it up.
Yeah, sure.
Although honestly, I'm quite happy right now. I sit back and stretch my toes out in the water.
This is a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Honestly, my third build so far has been harsh. This is the most relaxing place I've ever been to.
Yeah, it sounds like you had it pretty rough. How much time did you have after your mysterious person broke you out before I met you?
A couple of months traveling alone from from town to town.
Okay.
You see, I can't exactly be seen outside with all these markings on me. The organization's gonna find me real quick.
And they track you through the marks directly? Or do the marks do something else?
I'm not sure, but if I go out like this, showing my bare skin out in the open, people are gonna notice, and words are gonna travel. They're gonna send their agents. I mean, Torak knows I'm here for some reason.
Yeah, we seem to have kind of put off the Torak problem. I wonder if the white thing is dealing with him.
I mean,
I don't
I don't
know.
think
Just
he
hope that he
followed
didn't
us
get.
here.
I just hope that he didn't get stuck here.
Yeah, that would be my worry. I nod to Bree as well.
I mean, if
Oh.
he is here, we're gonna have to deal with him sooner or later.
Yeah, I don't know if we can deal with him. He kind of knocked us all out at once.
Well, we're stronger
That
now.
was a that was a lucky punch. He took something. I'm sure of it.
Like a performance enhancing drug.
Maybe some magical dust that enhances his abilities.
So
Oh,
that's
maybe you
our
can mage
thing.
hand steal that? Because we could definitely use some performance enhancing magical dust.
I'll keep that in mind the next time I see him.
Yeah. So I kind of think we should, keep going south, see what happens to the river, and then double back and get Mia and Henry and find that Atlas statue we missed. In terms of the map that we have, I'm suggesting we go at least to the bridge here and see what we find. And if the bridge is intact, maybe down to the coast and see if maybe we want to use the rowboat down here. But also investigate. I do like the idea of seeing if we can use the rowboat to sneak through Cogsoot, but we need to make sure which side of the wall we pop that boat out of its patch on.
Let's just hope there's a big enough opening down there in the wall.
Well, you could. Water will squish. They could have put bars on the opening for the river, in which case we need to climb the wall and put the boat on this side.
Wait. I know water walk. We can walk on water. Not today, but
Oh, well, why didn't you say that? That would be very useful.
Well, I'm new at this, okay? I've never I know I can do it, doesn't mean I can do it. I mean I can. It's just I just learned
need-
it kind of.
You need to pray about it overnight?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you could ask Shepa for a nice annotated list.
Mhm.
I mean, she gave me one. It's just a lot of words to read through. I get kind of bored. I see. I learn better when people tell it to me rather than I have to like read it. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you have the list printed out, I'd be happy to read it to you. I can do a dramatic
Sure.
reading.
I will give her my book, my journal, which has all the lists. So this kind of gets updated whenever. I mean, what's an old timey word than update? I don't know. Uh,
Update is still, it's just, letting you know that new thing happened. That's all.
it just feels so tacky, like a tacky word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this book gets updated every time we level up. So this is the new list. So when you say something about water and walking, I just remembered that it's one of the things I could know. So
I will sit up
sometimes
and start reading in an unnecessarily dramatic voice. Animated. Aura of vitality. Beacon of hope. Bestow curse. Clairvoyance. Bring in food and water.
It just
yeah,
goes on and reading and reading.
I see how many of my companions I put to sleep.
Astrid
Astrid fell
immediately
asleep 10
knocked
minutes
out.
ago.
yeah, and then Bree follows like a few seconds later.
I will look up peeved. Was I supposed to start from the other end of the list? Water walking is all the way down here at the end. At least Sheppa alphabetizes things. Very
Yeah, she's very good at like organizing information. I'm just not very good at reading, I guess. Cause it's like a list. How would you remember it? People make it like a story. Like, I sometimes I remember things because my grandma told a story about a hero using that spell. So I just like, oh my god, I know that spell, that kind of thing.
that
So I'm
actually
not
makes
very good.
sense. I should tell you about a hero named Bree who walks on water and speaks with tongues and wears a spirit shroud and a bunch of spirit
Ooh,
guardians that walk with her. She can speak
oh,
with
that's
dead.
so cool. Please tell me about that. Are those all the spells that I can do?
I'm consulting your very helpful list. What do you think Sheppa means with this D&D wiki?
And that's where we're gonna end
And
our session today. With the fourth wall break. Beautiful. I think you
Very
killed
cool.
Aina, bye. Alright. You guys
Break that wall instead.
you guys can continue chilling here while you guys slowly recover. You guys can take a long rest here basically if you guys so wish, before you guys can continue on and figure out what you guys want to do next, which is checking out the bridge and hopefully going through the wall. Fingers crossed. So I'm gonna stop here for now. Thank you very much for playing, guys. We may or may not play Arcana 12 tomorrow because we got 2 men down, but we'll see. Thank you very much for
you
listening.
said we can play
We're gonna stop here
recording
for now, and we'll see you
on
guys tomorrow or
Thursday,
next week.
1
Bye bye.
p.m. /husband. You can do this to